Hello, YouTube land. Thank you very much for watching this video. Short video perhaps, just addressing the question, is a meditational practice required to realize no self? Indeed, for any realization, is a meditational practice necessary, required, or is it even a hindrance? So let's just address that. Okay, so there's a few things to say and a few ways of addressing this. What I'll say first of all is, and I've had this issue come up, where a person identifies themselves as a meditator. That is who I am. I am the one that does meditation. And I suggested to them, this guidance will show you that that is an illusion. It will show you that there is no inherently existing self doing meditation. Are you prepared for that? Does that make sense? That's the realization. What do you think? And they didn't like that. They did not like the idea because they were so attached to the belief, I am the meditator, I am the one that's doing meditating. Don't you dare guide me to realize that that's an illusion or that's somehow incorrect. So within what I'm describing, clinging to the idea, I am meditating, I am the meditator, won't help from that position. If you cling to this idea that there is a self meditating and you refuse or are unable to let that go, that's not going to assist, because realization is that there's no inherent self. There's no inherent self doing anything specific. But as I always say in my videos, the idea, the belief, the concept of a self, a person that is meditating, is perfectly acceptable. It doesn't need to be rejected. It just needs to be seen through for what it is. So if we address the subject of the actual inquiry itself, when we go into an inquire and we look into things, we contemplate the nature of things in order to get the realization of no inherent self, realization of etc, etc, etc down the path. What is useful in that is a certain level of concentration. And if you've been doing a meditational practice for a while, that will help you, because you'll have developed a very concentrated focus of meditation, and that will assist you. And certainly if you're doing the inquiries of any of the realizations, it's very important and necessary that if you know you are the sort of person with lots of thoughts going on and you create lots of images, you're very imaginative, you're very thoughtful, you're always trying to work something out mentally, then a moment where you can actually just relax and let all that go into a meditative state, even just very simply, just let that go, just relax, clear your mind, clear your thoughts, and just relax for a moment, just before you do the inquiry, will be very useful to you. As an example, for the very first inquiry, like the first fetter, realizing that there is no inherent self, it's important to get a handle on your thinking process, because it is the belief in the thoughts themselves and the action of the thinking process itself that is the cause of the illusion. And it's the cause of why we believe that the self is more than just an idea. We don't examine the thoughts as they come up, we automatically believe them. So from that position, getting a handle on thoughts, getting into a position where you can relax and really examine your thoughts, is very useful. So from that position, a meditational practice is very useful. And as a general pointer, maybe not a meditational practice, but the ability to go in and quietly contemplate something is very useful. This inquiry, realizing no inherent self, and all the other fetters inquiries, and indeed Advaita inquiries, direct path stuff, all that requires an examination, a very close examination of the mental processes themselves. Because we are so used to automatically believing the thoughts, believing what we see, believing what we hear, automatic, and never questioning it. The inquiries that we do, and for the realizations that we want to achieve, we have to examine the thinking process itself and see what it's doing. So as opposed to being inside the thinking process, just like that, we're actually coming out and we're actually looking externally at what the thoughts and the thinking process, imagining, etc., is doing and what that is creating for us. So we actually come outside that and examine it itself, as opposed to just being locked in thoughts, just believing what we automatically think and what we automatically see and what we automatically hear, just believing everything. Because that is the standard way of the world. We always believe our thoughts, we always believe what we see, we always believe what we hear. We never look into the illusory nature of what's actually right in front of us. That is what the inquiries are, that is what the realizations are for. So I hope you got something out of that, I hope that made sense to you. In one way, meditational practice, a contemplative practice, is very useful, but not if you cling to it as being the answer, or you cling to it with the idea that I am meditating, I am contemplating, I am the one that does that. Or at least be prepared to see through that for its illusory nature, rather than clinging to it, because that is what the first fetter, the realization, is. Anyway, thank you very much for watching my video. Hope it made sense to you. If you have any questions, queries, please write them. Click like, click subscribe, please. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much. Bye for now.